difference. A good hockey player can play with their stick taped either way. When taping the top of the stick or the knob, remember that you want to use the least amount possible to limit the weight, while improving your grip and keeping your top hand from slipping off of the stick. Tape on the top of the stick also will help you when picking up your stick as it falls out of your hand on the ice. There's been two products that have been developed to help players stick handle and control the stick better. The first one that we're going to look at here is called the power plug. And the power plug is a device that sticks in the top of the stick, and it's got a little bend in it so that it keeps your hand from sliding off the stick. It allows this top hand to fit right around the top of the nozzle and gives the player a good feel and better control of the puck. The second type of plug that's been developed is called the stick handler. And players would grab onto the stick like this and their wrist would be bent at an awkward angle. This one was developed so that they could hold the wrist in a more comfortable, natural position. And not only a more comfortable and natural position, but this one has the ability to turn at an angle. So this is turned for a left-hander and angled. Where do we hold the hockey stick? Start by holding your stick in your top hand and hold the stick up in the air. Now put the elbow of your other arm on top of your glove and grab onto your stick. This is generally as close as you want your hands. We do this as a stick check. You may want to move your hand down even further. When shooting and passing and digging for a puck in the corner, you want your bottom hand lower. It'll give you more leverage on the puck, making you stronger. If your hands get too close together, then you become weaker as a player. Do note that when stick handling, your hands are closer together than when shooting. One key to remember when holding the stick is that your arms and elbows need to be out and away from your body so you can move the puck. Your arms cannot rest in here by your hips so that you cannot move them side to side. I'd like to talk a little bit more about how we position our stick and hold it. There's something called hip lock. A lot of players will grab onto their stick and hold it at an angle across their body, having this top hand right here on their hip. And they will try to stick handle, control, move, and pass the puck from this position, meaning the hand is locked on the hip. They'll try to stick handle and dribble from here, when our hands should be able to move freely inside our body. The position that should be assumed by the player is what's called a navel grip. The top hand should be here in the navel, and we should be grabbing on and controlling from here and being able to move in and around on our forehand and our backhand. So there is no hip lock with this top hand. How do we grip the hockey stick? We use what is commonly called a V grip, which means that the stick rests in the V created between our thumb and our hand. One more thing that needs to be mentioned about the grip of the stick is in relation to this top hand when we use the toe of the stick blade. Now, yes, we hold the top hand in a V position, but this V position actually changes. When we start to rotate the stick or turn it over to use the toe of the blade, the hand switches to the side and the thumb comes on so that we can turn. So we can turn the stick blade over. We're going like this, and we come from a V position back to a side position, and we turn the stick over so we can cup it. I'd like to talk further about how the top hand grips the stick. There have been some theories out there that what you do is you stick this top of the stick into the palm of your hand and you grab onto the stick like this and you control the stick like this. While it is true that you do put the top of the stick in the palm of your hand, some people are misunderstanding this because you cannot grab onto the stick like this in the top of the hand and then play hockey. You commonly let go with the stick with the bottom hand and your top hand wouldn't be able to control the puck. You'd get the stick knocked out of your hand. It does fit into the palm of your hand as you grab onto it, and you can see how the top or the plug is either in the hand or it is just slightly outside and the tape keeps the hand from coming off. And this is why many players will wear a hole in the top of their hand, while the bottom hand holds the stick loosely in the fingers off to the side. The bottom hand acts as a guide to the top hand and must be able to slide up and down the shaft depending on the skill or technique that we're executing. In the first edition of this tape, I didn't put enough emphasis on the fact that the bottom hand has to slide. It was there and we talked about it on particular moves, but I really want to put emphasis on the fact that the bottom hand slides up and down the stick. Any tape or any type of stick that restricts this bottom hand from sliding limits the player's ability to control the puck around their body, especially when reaching. If we're talking about reaching wide and we slide that bottom hand down, if we talk about the pull-in move, we're pulling the puck in, the bottom hand slides down. If we're pulling the puck from behind, the bottom hand slides. If we're feathering or sliding the puck under the stick, we slide the hand and pick it up on the other side. Since this bottom hand slide has been so important in hockey, players and coaches have used all kinds of tools in the past to develop this bottom hand slide. So what they've done in the past is take a piece of PVC tubing, slide it over the top of the stick, and then grab on. If the player could squeeze the tube as hard as he wanted, but the bottom hand would slide. Even past reception, if someone passes the puck, then the bottom hand will slide. So they developed what's called soft hands when given the puck back. So problem with using the PVC tubing is that sometimes the knobs on the end were so big that in order to get them over, you had to go to such a large PVC tube. And in some places where they didn't have enough money or spend it, they would just take a paper roll and practice with a paper roll attached. That way the players would get the same effect and the paper roll could be discarded at the end. A company out of Canada has developed this tool called the soft hands, which enables the player now to slide this tube on from the bottom here. It has a slice down the middle, and we stick the stick blade in and slide it up so that now the bottom hand can hold on and it can slide. It's a very inexpensive little item. That piece can be slidden right back off. It's called the soft hands, one of the stick handling training tools. What is the right flexibility or stiffness? The flexibility should be proportional to the weight and strength of the player. The stronger the player, the stiffer the stick. Younger players require a more flexible stick because of the lack of strength and force that they can apply. The greater amount of flex that a player can put into a stick without breaking the stick will increase the speed of the shot. Also, the stiffer the stick, the more control on handling the puck. One more thing is needed before we start teaching agility techniques and moves, and that is that we need to define some stick handling spaces. There are 6 spaces that occur around our body, 3 strong spaces and 3 weak spaces. We start in between our legs, directly in front of the body. This is in front. Moves and agility techniques occur here in front of the body. Then for a left-hander, moving to my forehand side, this is forehand in front and forehand behind the body. Those are the 3 strong sides for a left-hander. For a left-hander, the 3 weak sides are backhand in front, backhand behind, and behind the body. Stick handling moves occur in all 6 of these areas and spaces. For a right-hander, it's just the opposite. I'd like to talk to you about stick handling tools or stick handling aids that we can use out here on the ice as you go through some of the drills on this tape. The first thing that I'd like to point out to you is what they call short stick. Here I have a stick blade that has been cut in half or cut off and rounded into a toe and taped up as a short stick. Players are encouraged to try the stick handling drills with this short stick, to play little mini scrimmages, and it forces them to have much better control of the puck with a shorter stick. From not only this short stick, but in Finland they use, this is a real rubber puck, but it's only half the size of a real puck, shorter and less in diameter. And so you could not only use a short stick, but you could also use this small puck in order to stick handle with. You can see the size of this puck and this size of this puck compared to a regular puck. And then in Finland, they also use pucks with holes cut out of them. Now this is used especially for younger players. You see how I set this on the ice? Younger players haven't learned the ability to dribble and control a puck without looking at it. So what they'll do is they'll play crossed ice games and scrimmages with this puck with a hole in it. And the young players will be able to stick their stick into the puck, and the head will come up. They'll be able to scan the ice, look around, make the right pass. The next kid will put his head down, put the stick in, and then his head will come up. And it's a way of teaching the players to play the game with their head up when they still don't quite have the skill and the fine skills of controlling the puck. So that's a puck from Finland with the hole cut out. They have ways of practicing called high-speed training, where you go from a heavy puck to a lighter puck. Now, in Sweden and Finland, they don't have a lot of money for these pucks, so this is a puck with the holes drilled out. And then USA Hockey has developed this new blue puck, which is a lighter puck. So what players could do is they could go through these exercises with a light puck. They could be switching back and forth from a heavy puck to a light puck. What we have here is an orange-coated lead puck. This weighs 10 ounces, which is more than a puck usually weighs 3 to 5. There's also a product out called a Wada puck, but that's used for dryland training. And then the problem with this orange puck is that if you're going through some of these drills and shooting on a goalie at the end, you cannot shoot at the goalie. So instead, they've developed these stick weights. This is called an iron arm. This is a stick weight that wraps around the stick and Velcros on, so that now you can have weight on your stick. You can do all the drills and still come in and shoot on the goalie with a regular puck, and you get resistance through all your passing, shooting, and stick handling exercises. And lastly, they've developed what's called the big puck. And here's a 3-pound puck that we can use for passing and stick handling strength. I want to show you one exercise in particular that's good with this puck. Many people that have seen this big puck don't see the value in it or don't know how to use it. Obviously, it can be used for all passing drills that you did before, stationary passing, moving down the ice passing. It's excellent because it has these plugs that are on top of it for dryland training, and when you use it on the ice, the plugs spin so you can see the puck spinning like you should when you pass the puck. You can stick handle with it in figure eights and move it wide laterally, and since it weighs 3 pounds, you're getting resistance. But there's an excellent exercise that we can do on and off the ice where we're passing to ourselves off the wall, and we're getting some core training and twisting of the upper body. I want to show this to you here, where you stand off the wall 15 to 20 feet away, you're passing it into the wall at an angle, and it bounces off the wall to the backhand side, and then again, you're twisting and spinning that wall back. Forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. One of the many exercises that can be done with the big puck. Now we're going to take a look at some devices that are used when attacking the triangle. the phrase attacking the triangle refers to an opponent and his skates and the stick. So the triangles form from the player's stick to their skates. This device that I'm standing over is called the attack triangle. It's an excellent device to lay out on the ice instead of a cone for players to come down the ice and make fakes on it. This device here is called the Stickhandle Pro. In our last video, we featured the Quick Stick. Like the Quick Stick, this Stickhandle Pro swings side to side as it has its stick zone. So now we can practice going in, sliding the puck under, pulling it around, and trying not to get the puck poked away as we attack the triangle. Same thing with the attack triangle. We can practice under the stick, pull in, slide the puck, slip through, all around. And this other is just a wooden stick handling triangle on a base so that again we can slide the puck under, through, back, backhand, and pulling. 3 devices or aids that we can use and we will use throughout this video to practice our stick handling and attacking the triangle. Here I'd like to show one more way that we can work on the attack triangle, the pull-in move, the under the stick fake. This is probably the cheapest way we can do it. By using a tall cone and taping a stick to the top, we can create another form of attack triangle where we're trying to slide the stick under, the puck under, and also the pull-in move. So from here, simply an inexpensive way to practice the under the stick fake and the pull-in move by just using a cone with a stick taped to it. Another way to work on attacking the triangle is to use a form of wooden triangle. Here we've made a wooden attack triangle that represents the stick sticking out, and again we can slide the puck underneath and make a pull and move around. So we're sliding the puck into the stick zone and feathering. Another training aid that we have here is what's called the stick handling rack. And this is just simply hockey sticks or 2x2s that are elevated off the ice that a player can stick handle in front of and slide the puck underneath the wooden arms. So we're standing in front of it here and we can practice dribbling, sliding the puck, dribbling, sliding the puck. We could slide the puck all the way through. We could slide the puck outside or slide the puck all the way wide, underneath, dribble in these quadrants, move the puck fast. Another device that we can use to develop stick handling and another stick handling tool can be just elevated wooden bars out here.